I've had my truck for 7 months now. It's time to get some floor mats. Let me show you what I picked and how I installed them. Now, this is by no means an exhaustive comparison of floor mats for the F-150, but here are what I think are the most popular floor mat options for late model F-150s based on what I see people talking about online in forums and subreddits. And we got to start off with Ford's OEM mats. These are probably the most popular option that most people pick when they're buying the truck. They just get them by default without really thinking too much because it's easy just to check that box when you're ordering your truck. If you're going to get them over the counter, they're about $185 for the full mat before shipping. They fit well. Everybody says the materials are nice. They look cool with a F-150 on there. However, there are some complaints from people that do own these that after a while what happens is the edges tend to curl up a little bit, inviting debris to get stuck behind there. And as well, they kind of don't age well. They look tired after a little bit of use. Anyway, that's what I hear from people that own them. Now, the country of manufacture is unknown. I looked around all over the place, and normally my assumption that if something is made in the United States, they're going to feature that on their website. If a company does not feature the country of origin, then it's probably safe to assume China is the country of manufacture. Now, if I'm incorrect, you guys can beat the hell out of me down in the comments, but that's my assumption at this point on Ford's OEM mats. Now we get to WeatherTech. Everybody likes WeatherTech. They're $210 before shipping for the full set. They fit well. Nobody complains about build quality, although sometimes they say they feel a little bit hard and plasticky. They are made in the United States. They tend to age very well. And again, nobody really has anything bad to say about WeatherTech other than perhaps the feel. Next one is what I thought I was going to be installing in my truck. The Husky X-Act Contour. They're $166 before shipping for the full set. They fit well, they're well made. Lots of compliments about the soft, rubbery feel. They are made in the United States, and I have never seen one cross word made about these floor mats. Everybody that buys them tends to love them. And then we have the new kid on the block, TuxMat, which I'd never heard of before a couple of weeks ago. They're $199 before shipping for the full set. They fit well, they're well built, and it has more depth than others. You can see this by the coverage that are on these versus the competition is much more extensive to prevent stuff from rolling into your carpet. Very soft feel and durability due to the 3-layer construction. As we've talked about, there's much more coverage than others. These are made in Canada. So I went with the TuxMat due to all the recent rave reviews on the F150Gen14.com forum. Plus, I liked how the mats give your truck a very premium interior look. So let's get on with it. Let's get to the unboxing and the installation. These are TuxMat floor mats. We are going to see how good our TuxMat floor mats are in our F-150. Now what's interesting is just the material of these feels kind of soft. There's actually a little bit of a depth to them that you can feel. So that's kind of neat. So we are going to go install these TuxMat floor mats now. Doesn't look like it should take too long. So first off, here's the current floor carpeting that I have, which is this wimpy little stuff, and it's just not going to last for very long. So out it goes. Now it looks like I have a little bit of work to do because I've got this little package here, and there appears to be some adhesive clips that apparently will lock everything in. So I'm going to have to read up about those before I start stuffing in the floor mats. We're going to start with the driver's side here. The first thing we're going to do is get the old carpet out. And vacuum underneath the carpet. So we're gonna put this front floor mat into here, and it goes way up there. And as you can see, it's lined up on these little studs. And not sure if that's tucked up under there or not. Okay, so there's one stud down. Okay, I have the front mat in. You can see that I've got these studs aligned on here onto the holes. And this is really kind of cool because it's got, I think you can see the kind of texture behind it, and this is all rubber. So where you put your feet is all rubber, so there's going to be no wear on the soft stuff. So this has got, really, you can see that this is kind of like a foam type of very nice feel to it. So this is why I think they're calling these TuxMats. Now the next thing I have to do is, once I get all these in, is figure out their clip arrangements. So notice the coverage that goes all the way up the side of the seat, so I'm gonna have no trouble with spilling anything here. So I just have to find out how these clips work to secure the rest of the mat. All right, here's the passenger side. You can see how far back this trim shield goes. This is really nice. And the same kind of feel, it feels like you're in a very high level interior with the way that this stuff is built. Okay, now I've got the back seat mat in, and I think I might have made a mistake in what I ordered. I assumed that that thing back there was the storage unit. They said that this is the model that accommodates the back seat storage. This is not. This is not. So actually I don't care, because I've got the Yay Cool under seat storage bag, which goes in that area. So that's not a problem. So it doesn't really matter that much, but just so that you know, the this thing that's back here underneath the back seat, that is not the back seat storage. So if you don't have the true back seat storage, then get the unit that's got the full coverage on it, which is what I should have done here. But again, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Okay, we're at the installation manual, and these clips are meant to attach to the mat and then tuck underneath the trim on the sidewalls around the console. So let's go ahead and do that to the passenger side first of all. Okay, so you can see the seam here where the floor mat comes up and meets the trim, and this is where I'm going to use a couple of these clips to tuck them in. Okay, so here's the process. We have the clip, which is attached to the edge of the floor mat, and we're going to tuck it underneath the trim, and that is going to keep things in place. And for the other ones where I can't tuck it up in the trim, I'm going to use those adhesive pads. And here's where I've used one of these adhesive clips on here. So tuck that down in here, you peel the backing off of here, and then you stick it to the plastic. I've used another one right here as well too. A couple of the clips here. I may need some more, but right now it feels really solid, and you can see the coverage for the passenger footwell. Okay, here's the back seat installed, and I think you can see we got plenty of coverage on this. This is no problem. So even though I got the wrong floor mat, it really doesn't bother me, and I'm not going to return this. I think this is just fine. So it looks really good. And looking at the passenger seat, again, I love the material for this that makes it look really high-end just from adding floor mats over carpet. So the coverage of these is outstanding. And I guess the only thing that's left to be seen is whether or not they'll stay in place, because unlike the driver's side, it's not anchored down. And just a quick look at the driver's side again. Very, very nice. Looks to be well anchored in. I think what's really cool is this rubber area here, so it's not going to show as much wear for things. Very premium feel, great coverage with these. So far, very happy with my purchase of these floor mats. And that's all there was to it. It only took about 20 minutes to install them. I hope this video helps you decide on a set of floor mats for your F-150. And if you're interested in the TuxMat, I've included an Amazon link below in the description. I don't do very much begging on this channel, but if you're getting some value from my videos, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It's free and it helps you because your subscription helps me install more products and review them for you. See you in the next video.